Over the last few sessions, we have been talking about the power of authenticity. And today, I want to finish up the conversation with two real-life examples of people who use the power of authenticity to expand their influence, and a few lessons we can learn from them. The first one. Do you remember the Beyonce lip sync scandal of 2013? You probably don't, so let me refresh your memory. Back in the fall of 2012, President Obama just got reelected to a second term. Fast forward to January of 2013, and Beyonce is singing the national anthem at his inauguration. Right after her performance, people began speculating whether she sang it live or she was lip syncing. Now, about a month later, Beyonce was going to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Talk about a really good couple of months. There were 2 weeks in between the inauguration and the Super Bowl press conference. During that 2 weeks, Beyonce's camp did not address any issues when it came to that speculation. But she did address it at the Super Bowl press conference. And in typical Queen Bee fashion, she squashed any scandal. Here's what she did. She walked out on stage, and before saying a word, she sang the national anthem right there live. Then the first question was about her performance at the inauguration. Beyonce answered it very honestly. She admitted to lip syncing, and she explained why she chose to do it. It was actually a strategic decision. Now, you might not agree with it, but because she answered honestly, guess what? No controversy, and therefore you probably don't remember this supposed scandal at all because she owned it. Here's what we can learn from Beyonce. At some point, we're going to make mistakes, or at some point, there's going to be controversy surrounding us. Here's what we need to do. Authenticity, it's like water on that fire of controversy. Excuses, cover-ups, hiding information, it's like gasoline. It just fuels it. So as a leader, whether you're the manager in an organization, whether you're leading a team, or whether you're a parent, when those controversial moments come, we need to attack them head on and be as honest as possible. I'm not saying you have to share intimate details with everybody, but when you choose to be authentic, you know what it does? It minimizes the controversy. People don't talk about it as much. Now, compare the Beyonce story with politicians or celebrities nowadays. Think about how often they make excuses and people constantly talk about it. If you want to diffuse that controversy, be authentic and real. You know what the other thing that happens when we do that? Man, the people around us, we gain their loyalty, especially those close to us. And that's what happened to Beyonce. She gained a more loyal following because she was real. The second story. Do you remember one of Jennifer Lawrence's most embarrassing moments that were caught on television? You probably do. And you probably remember this one more than you remember the Beyonce story. So back in 2013, so the same year, a few weeks after the Super Bowl halftime show, Jennifer Lawrence is at the Oscars, and her name has just been announced as the winner of the Best Actress in a Leading Role. This is the highest honor she can receive, and she's only 22 years old at the time. As she walks on stage to receive the highest honor of her professional career up to this moment, you know what happens? You probably remember. She trips. Thankfully, she didn't fall on her face. She caught herself with her hands. Instead of trying to hide from it, which she couldn't because everyone saw, especially those who are watching on TV, she begins to laugh at herself. And as she walks up to the mic, the first thing she says as she's laughing, as she is saying, as everyone is cheering her on, she says, "You guys are just standing up and trying to make me feel better because you saw me fall, and that was embarrassing." She owned it. And you know what happened afterwards? Because she owned it, very few people made fun of her. Yes, the media played it for a little bit, but most people were laughing with her instead of at her. They could sympathize with her because guess what? We all have fallen at some point in our life. Here's a lesson we can learn from J-Law. Don't take yourself so seriously. Be willing to laugh at the mistakes that you make and the failures that happen to you. Laugh at them. And you know what happens when a leader does this? When they're willing to laugh about those mistakes, flaws, or weaknesses, the whole team, everyone else around them, they take a deep breath and they feel like they can let their hair down. They feel more comfortable sharing and laughing about their mistakes, their flaws, and their weaknesses. And you begin to create a culture of authenticity and vulnerability. So here's today's game plan. As you think about those two lessons, I got two questions for you. First off, is there anything that you are hiding or covering up from those close to you? If so, have the courage to share it with your inner circle. Second question, do you have a mistake or failure that is haunting you? If so, think about it. Take some time to learn from it so you don't make that same mistake again. And then, you know what? Laugh about it and share it with your inner circle. Let me leave you with our tweetable lesson. It's by author and speaker Jon Acuff. Take your mission seriously, but not yourself.